Welcome to the channel. I keep forgetting to introduce myself, at least here lately. I'm Jake. Welcome back to American Woodland Forestcraft. Glad to have you. Another thing that I keep forgetting to do that I'm going to do right now, so I don't forget, if you enjoy this video, I would definitely appreciate it if you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. Definitely appreciate it. Helps out the channel a good deal. Yeah. So, this video is a couple of things that I like to carry when I'm in country where I am not the biggest or most dangerous thing around. Main thing I'm talking about here is bears. Bears are big. They can be kind of scary, especially if you're not used to seeing them. And it's a good idea not to get too close to them. And there's a couple of things I like to carry to help with that. One is a whistle. I'm going to call this auditory alert system, because there's a few things you can do here. What I carry is a whistle. This is the TOPS whistle, also useful for signaling. If you are in distress, SOS is pretty much universally recognized, and that is 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. And on this whistle I have that carved into the side, so if I were to forget that and I'm in trouble, especially at night, all I have to do is run my thumb along the side of that. I can feel those notches, figure out what the sequence is, and go from there. But SOS is useful for all kinds of things. You can use it with a whistle, flashlight, basically anything that you can do 3 short, 3 long, 3 short, you can use it with that. But a whistle is handy for alerting animals to your presence. If I'm wandering around and I catch fresh sign, tracks, scat, see an animal that I don't want to get too close to, especially if it doesn't know I'm there, I can blow on this whistle and now it knows that I'm around. Now this is not something I would do if I wander up and that animal's pretty close, 50 yards or less. I probably wouldn't use the whistle. I would just kind of try to be quiet and get out of the area. Once I am further away from it, then I'll let it know that I'm there. But when I'm that close, I really don't want to startle it by blowing on the whistle. Startling an animal is never a good idea, especially if it's a big one. So in that situation, get a little bit further away, then let it know that I'm there. But if I see something, you know, I'm looking at a hill right now over that direction, that's about a mile away. This is more than loud enough for that animal to be able to hear it from a mile away. So I'm going to blow on this whistle. Now it knows that I'm here. Other things you can do, which wouldn't be as effective from that far of a distance, for at least for most people probably, you can whistle with your mouth. My whistle is not super loud, that's why I carry this. Other things you can do, talk, hum a song, sing, walk really loudly, especially if you're in a place that's got a lot of dead leaves on the ground. You can just be really loud. Bells are another useful thing. You can attach a bell to a hiking stick or a pack and tie it onto your belt loop. That'll make noise while you're moving. That's not a bad idea. Couple of, well, really one detriment to having a bell that's constantly making noise is being able to get close to an animal when you want to. And I'm kind of thinking about wildlife photography here. That's the main thing that pops into my head. In that situation, you want to try to get as close as you can to an animal to get a good picture of it. Making noise, not ideal in that situation. So it's kind of a pro and con. Best advice I can give there, make good decisions. Best judgment call that you have at the time, go with that. That's the best I can do. The other thing that I like to carry is right here. But before I talk about that, I'm drinking coffee, and that brings up a point. I signed up for something recently called Buy Me a Coffee. If you're interested in supporting American Woodland Forestcraft and me, link is in the description down below. You can go over and buy me a coffee, which is a pretty cool thing. I don't know who came up with that, but it's brilliant. I like a good cup of coffee, so if you feel so inclined, I'll greatly appreciate that. Link down below. Now then, bear spray. That is another very useful thing. This is probably one of, if not the best method to disengage an attacking animal. And that could be anything. It's called bear spray or bear mace, but you can use it on basically any animal. All it really does is it gets in, so it's, let me back up. It's made from peppers. That's where it gets its name. Capsaicinoids are present in spicy hot peppers. So if you eat jalapenos, that burning sensation you get is capsaicin in the pepper. That's what this is made from. So this is a pressurized can of hot pepper juice. That's pretty much what it is. Same thing that's in the smaller cans that you can get to go on a keychain to keep in your pocket. Benefit to this, there's more in here, so it sprays longer, it sprays further in most cases, and it's a big fog rather than a focused stream. So you really don't have to aim this very well. You just kind of got to get it in the general direction of whatever's coming towards you. Now I have used the little can of pepper spray in the past to get an animal to disengage from attacking me. Worked excellent. No complaints whatsoever. This though, I kind of like it because it's a cloud rather than a stream. So something's coming from behind the camera, I just have to aim behind the camera and let it go. It should work. So that's nice. Couple things about carrying it. I usually will carry it either on the bottom of this chest pack or on my pack waist belt, and always so I can use it with my left hand. This is my dominant hand, my right hand, so this is the one I use for everything. This hand is free more often, so this is the one I use, and I'm fairly wow, I just forgot the word. I had it in my head. Ambidextrous. There we go. Fairly ambidextrous with most things, so I can use this pretty well with my left hand. If you are not that way, I would suggest using it with your dominant hand. But I like to carry it on my left, so I can use it with my left side, my left hand. And ideally, in a location where I don't even have to draw it. So if it's on the bottom of the chest pack or on my waist belt, there is a strap here that will go over the top and help keep it from coming out. If I'm wandering around, that is hardly ever on there, so that I don't have to move out of the way. All I gotta do is pop that safety lever and it's ready to go. I don't have to draw it. Same if it's on my belt, pull it out, it's right there. All I gotta do, reach down, pop that thing off, press the lever, it's gonna spray. If I'm in a place where the vegetation is really thick and I can't see very far, more than likely this is going to be in my hand rather than in the holder. This is from Mystery Ranch, by the way. So it's going to be in my hand simply because this is a lot quicker to get faced in different directions depending on where an attack may come from. So if I'm in a really thick place and something is coming from my right side, if it's on the bottom of here or on my waist belt, I have to completely turn or draw and put it over there. If it's in my hand, I'm walking along, it's ready to go right now. So that's kind of a nice thing to keep in mind when you're in thick vegetation or you can't see very far. Another thing also is, I talked about this, you don't really have to aim super well. The main point with using bear spray to remember is to kind of aim it a little bit below the animal, so something's coming from directly behind the camera, right? I don't want to aim here, I want to aim about right there, kind of at the ground in front of where that animal's coming from, because an animal isn't going to attack like this, right? When they come in for a charge, more than likely they're going to be down here, right? So you want to get down where their head is so you don't spray it on their back. That's not going to do much good. It will get a little bit of fog in their face, but you want them to run right through the middle of that fog that you're putting out. So I kind of aim it down just a little bit at the ground in front of their feet. That's where I'm going. You can probably hear the wind in the camera right now. A day like this, bear spray is not going to be ideal because it blows in the wind, and that is not great. So if the wind is coming in my face from the camera, something is coming from that direction, I'm still going to use it, but I'm going to do something a little bit different rather than just spray. What I'm going to do is, usually I have a hat or a cap or something on that's got a little bit of protection out front. I'm going to put my head down, bring my arm up, cover my mouth and my nose, close my eyes. Once I get it out here, let me put this down so I don't spill my coffee. So something's coming, you know, if it's here, I'm just going to get it ready, and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to spray. If I have it in my hand, I'm going to do this. Get my head and my face as far away from that cloud of pepper spray as I can, because it's not fun to get on you. speaking from experience. Not fun. So I'm gonna hide my face as well as I can, completely cover up, and then spray. If the wind's going this direction, which it actually is going that direction, and something's coming from behind the camera, I'm gonna, instead of spraying here, I'm gonna kind of go this way into the wind so that the wind will blow it back down to that animal. Same if the wind's coming from this direction. I'm gonna aim over here so that will kind of blow it back to whatever's attacking me. If it's coming from behind me, that's ideal, because there's very little risk of you getting any, I'm gonna call it blowback, onto you. If the wind's going this direction, something's coming from that way, I'm gonna spray that way, they're getting all of it. That's ideal. But wind is something to keep in mind, is you really don't want to get it on you, but you also want to use it no matter what. At least I do. I'm not gonna decide not to use it simply because it's windy. I'm still gonna use it. Just a couple of extra considerations to make when you deploy it. So yeah, that's a couple of things. Whistle, some kind of auditory alert system, whatever you prefer there, and then bear spray. Good stuff. I think that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I like to hear from people. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, there's a link down below. You can do that as well, and that would be so cool. Until next time, go forth, enjoy yourself, and always come home safe.